Hello everyone and welcome to my monthly wrap up for August. Now I read 6 books, however I was intending on reading these ones, but I extremely overestimated my abilities to read and I haven't even finished this. This reading vlog of like these 3 books will be coming hopefully this week at some time, maybe at the end of the week, hopefully. Just so you know, I was supposed to be reading these books in August. I just overestimated my abilities. Am I missing a book? Oh my god. Where did that go? Yes, I'm missing No Exit, but I gave that to someone to borrow. So I'm just write down No Exit on here so I don't forget it. Because I will. So I'm just gonna pretend that this is the No Exit book because I will forget it. Because I only read 6 books and I think I mainly read this book. Why do I keep I keep dropping Girl Interrupted. I'm so sorry. That was like my favorite book of this month. But I think I read this book but I think I like finished it in August. Maybe like on the 1st of August. I don't know. I am going to do my makeup at the same time. Because first of all, I gotta get ready. Hang on, I gotta leave. What does my clock say? I really have to leave soon. Okay, so the first book that I finished in August was Stalking, Jack the Ripper. Now, this book is like a gothic mystery thriller type vibe. I put on way too much moisturizer. Also, by the way, an update on this product. It's actually really good, but it's like a gothic murder mystery thriller type vibe. It's also young adult. Overall, I would say that I liked it. If you are looking for something that you're not gonna guess, you're not gonna get it in this book. This book was so painfully predictable, but I just kind of went with it. I feel like even like young people, like they'd easily guess what was going on. I just mainly read it for the vibes. That sounds like messed up when you find out what this book is about. But basically this book is about this girl and her uncle and this other guy. I forgot what his name was, but they're trying to figure out like who is murdering. If I keep looking up here, I'm looking at myself as I do my makeup. Who is murdering these women? They're trying to figure it out. The main girl, her name is Audrey Rose. She is like not like other girls. Like you need to know that about her. Like she's very much like what other girls like going to like picnics and doing their hair and stuff. I just keep thinking about death and deceased bodies and cut up bodies. Like that's what she says. I'm just like, okay. When was this book written? I have no idea. It was entertaining. It was interesting. Her uncle has this like lab where he like investigates bodies and like dead bodies and stuff, like cadavers. She's really smart, but like because she's a woman and it's like what, the 1800s, she's not like supposed to be learning, but like she just needs to go pretend to be like a guy. Oh, this is all of my hands. Yeah, I really did like it. I thought it was good. Will I be continuing on with the series? Yes, I will be. And that's so dirty. Where's my new beauty blender? I literally bought a new beauty blender and I'll be using it today. If I can get this stupid thing. Now, who would I recommend this book to? I'd recommend this book to someone if they just want to like read a mystery and just sort of like want to know how everything unfolds, and maybe for like the gothic stuff. I mean, I don't think it was like on the scale of like gothic, not like that much, but I don't know what I initially rated it, but if I had to rate it now, I'd be like a 3. Like it was just average. Oh my god, I can't get this stupid thing open. I know they do this for like thief prevention. Just let me open it. I also like this beauty blender because it's in like this little cage. Look at my beauty blender. Yeah. See, look at that. It's in a little cage. Oh, we're going to talk about No Exit. That's the No Exit book there. Now, what the No Exit book is about, it's a thriller book. Oh, this beauty blender is very hard. It is basically about No Exit. Oh, this beauty blender is horrendous. Basically about this college student who gets trapped in a blizzard at this rest stop. And there's a whole bunch of like other people at this rest stop. This beauty blender is. I don't want to use this one. When she's at the rest stop, when she goes back out to her car, she notices that like there's this vehicle, and in the back she sees like a little girl locked in the back of it, and she's like, why is she in there? Someone at the rest stop has kidnapped her. Now, for whatever reason, I thought that this book was going to be like a chase situation. Chase the car down. That doesn't happen. Like it's very stays at the rest stop. Like there's not really a change of scenery, which I thought there was going to be. The people are going to get in the car and leave, and then she's going to follow them. But I'm pretty sure like I've seen a movie where that was the case, and that's why I thought it was that. Was it a movie or was it Criminal Minds? I don't know. I think if I was to rate the book, like it was also, I fear, predictable. I do have a few questions though, which I did put in my reading vlog. There was a few inconsistencies at the end where it was like, okay, well this happened, but like also logistically, like how would that have happened? Like there's not enough time. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of questions that I had at the end of it. I fear they're not going to be answered. This lighting at my desk is so weird. Now I remember why I stopped doing makeup at my desk. The next book I want to talk about is Murder on the Orient Express. I kept calling it Orient and I'm so sorry. Like that would have been so annoying because I hate when I mispronounce things. So I can only imagine that like other people would like also hate when I did that. So I don't know why I was calling it that. But essentially this book is like a classic in the murder mystery space. I mean, it's literally written by Agatha Christie. But basically what this book is about, Murder on the Orient Express. The way I have to like actually think about what it is. But this book, it's like basically someone dies on the train. Again, the train is like stopped in a blizzard thing. So then Poirot has to like try to figure out like, okay, well, who on the train? I just got foundation on my white dress. Who on the train is responsible for killing the person who dies? I basically really love this book. I can't believe like I never even got this spoiled because I'd argue this is like so popular. I also did try watching the movie to it. It was one of the newer ones. Literally so boring. I literally was like, I'm not watching this. Actually, that's the critique this book gets a lot. A lot of people say this book is boring. I don't think it's boring. I think it's a little bit slower, but I definitely think like it starts to pick up. I found the writing to be very interesting. It was very like direct and to the point. I liked that there was such like a large cast of characters. Now, this book was written ages ago and like you can definitely tell because some of the stuff that is said is very outdated, but I think that just comes with like reading older books. Also, this book was missing a line or two in my book, so I had to like write that. I don't know why I've got such a problem now with like my books missing pages or my books misprinting or my books missing lines. Like, what is going on? Why should it be happening at all? I don't think it should be. Okay? I don't. Because now I have to check every single, well, I can't even check because like it was just a random line. I'm like, why is there no answer here? So then I had to go online and find a PDF. And I was like, oh, so this is the answer. I would have eventually found it because then later on in the book, like the line that I was missing is then like mentioned again. I think if I was to rate this book, what would I rate it? Like, I think I rate it like 5 stars. I'm in my generous giving era for 5 stars. No, I don't think I rated 5 stars. I think I rated like 4.5. Yeah, I think I'd rate this book like a 4. Now that I'm thinking about it, definitely like a 4. But I will just leave it as a 5 because I'm in my generous era of just being like, oh, okay, I'll just give a book whatever. Like 4 stars. Why do I keep injuring myself? Okay, let's talk about Brave New World. Now, this book is very weird. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Okay, it's a dystopian novel set in like the future where people are genetically made. So there's like a caste system, alpha, betas, deltas, gammas and all that stuff, and you are basically genetically wired to like the caste that you're in. So the people who are like on the bottom caste that like do work and stuff like going to work and like they don't know any different. They really discourage like deep emotional connections there. Everyone's just having sex all the time. Their favorite thing to say is orgy porgy. It's very unsettling, and some people are like, I wouldn't mind like living in this society where you don't know any better. Okay, that is not, I do not share that sentiment. I think it is actually terrifying, really, because the thing is, right, is that these people, they're being shoved with like instant gratification and instant dopamine and like overconsumption, and they're just like so happy and like complicit, and it's like just very unsettling, just like how they just don't even care how they're like happy because they're genetically engineered and programmed to want that. And it's actually so scary because like they don't know any different. I haven't done my makeup in such a long time. I think I've forgotten like some steps. When in doubt, spray, setting spray. This book was definitely, okay, on the back it says provoking, stimulating, shocking, and dazzling. Definitely provoking. Stimulating, well, they were getting stimulated. Shocking, yeah, there were some parts I was like, oh, okay. Dazzling, also in a society, people like don't age because there's like this like reservation thing where like people from like the old ways live, and there's like this old woman there, and the two main characters, the girl main character is like, ew, why does she look like that? Why does she have all those wrinkles? Like, what, literally, what has happened to her? Like, what a terrible, like, fate to be, like, old. And honestly, I feel like some people in this society would be, like, loving not having to age. Because, like, I don't know, the people are weird. Yeah, this book was, like, definitely very strange. If I was to rate it, like, I honestly don't know what I'd rate it. It's one of those books that I'm just not gonna rate. Because, like, I just don't know what I'd give it. On one hand, I just feel like it's one of those books where, like, if you rate it anyway, like people have such like an opinion about it. If you rate it 5 stars, people will like come at you, but if you rate it 1 star, people come at you. If you rate it like 3 stars, people will also come at you. So I'm just like not gonna rate it. And if people come at me, well, they can come at me for not rating it, not because of my specific rating. But like even then, I still wouldn't know like what I'd even give it. If you've read this book, what would you give it? It was definitely very strange. A lot of people like compare it to 1984 because like both of them are like dystopian novels like that was set in like the future. One thing is scary that this book, like the year that it's set in hasn't actually happened yet. 1984 has, but like 1984, like the people there, like they were like being tortured, and this I guess is a different kind of torture, but like they don't know they're being tortured. And also you had like the main character thing where like they are trying to like break out of everything, which I feel like is very standard for like these kinds of books and stuff. But so that's that one. The next book I wanted to talk about is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. What this book is about It's about this like little cafe, and if you sit at this specific seat, you get to go back in time and see someone who like went into the cafe. So like it's definitely a point of like in a book of people being like, so what is the point of this cafe? Because there's like a whole bunch of rules as well. There's just a whole bunch of rules. Like whatever you say in the past like never changes the present. Kind of like follows like these 4 people's stories. I think the start is like the lovers, which I definitely feel like that was literally just their entire purpose was just to like set up the cafe. Beyond that, they're like, I feel like their story like wasn't really like that fleshed out. And then I think we had the husband and the wife, which I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Different relationships. Also, this book was originally written in Japanese, but then it was like translated, which you can definitely tell it was translated. And I definitely feel like the reading experience would be different if you read it in like its original translation. But alas, I could not read or speak Japanese, so I could not do that. And then we have, yeah, the husband and the wife. Like that was a little bit interesting. Just sort of the way that like he treated her. And then we have, was it the sisters? Like that was cute. And then like the mother and the daughter. This book, yeah, it was like really cute, and I really did love the vibe of the cafe. I really liked the vibe of everything. I mean, the stakes were kind of set, but like, so for example, a stake, I'll let you know, is that if you like stay for too long and you don't leave before the coffee gets cold, you will literally be trapped there and like turn into a ghost. So I thought like that could have been a cool point of contention, but like it wasn't. Maybe in the other books it will. I can't remember if I cried or not. Like there was definitely like, it was very sad, and I was like, oh my god, like what? And I will be continuing on with the series. Maybe just like not at like this point in time, like I don't know when. It was like also just like a really like short book to read. It was cute. It was nice. I really like this highlighter. You know, I can't believe the first time I got it, I dragged it and I was like, oh, my like cheap one is so much better. I don't think it is. This highlighter is good. It's this one here. What else is on my makeup? What else do I do? Oh, bronzer. Does this even do anything? I feel like I don't do enough of it. Sometimes I put on makeup and I'm like, that did nothing. But as soon as I take it off, I'm just like, oh yes, it did actually quite a lot. Having on my eyes and my lip gloss. But yeah, I don't know, this book was like really cute. I really like the cover. I can't even, was there even a cat in this book? I don't even think there was a cat in this book. I also did try to annotate it, but then I just gave up, and so I didn't annotate it. Emily Wilde, Encyclopedia of Fairies. Also, if you can hear me, this book is about this researcher named Emily Wilde, who is like very interested in like fairies. And so she goes to this place in Iceland, I think it is. Anyway, she's very interested in fairies. So she goes to this like desolate, blizzard, small town landscape, and there she's like trying to like explore like the fairy folk. And actually kind of a lot happens in this book. I'm not going to say anything because it's not on the back, and like whenever I've heard people talk about the story, they never bring it up, so I'm not going to either. Oh, I don't know what's happened to my eyeliner pencil. Don't know what has happened to it. Anyways, yes, it's a very desolate, very cold landscape. I thought it was going to be like cottage and, you know, sunshine, and no. And actually like kind of got a bit dark. There's this dude in this book called Wendell, and at first I found him really irritating, but honestly I love Wendell Bamblebee. I wouldn't mind if my future boyfriend was Wendell Bamblebee. I found him funny, and I actually thought it was going to be a love triangle between her and like Bamblebee, and then this other random guy who like lived in the town, but that was like just never explored. So I think I was just looking for romance, because I didn't like read a single romance this month. But like I think all the books with romance in it, like it had other stuff in it. It wasn't like the whole point was just person, they fall in love, the end, happy. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I like that if it's done well. You know when your like face gets really itchy but you've got like foundation on so you can't scratch it? I like this book. I think I'm giving it like 4 stars. Like it was, yeah, cool. I will be reading the next one. The writing style though, it's very much like she's a researcher, because basically this is like her research journal. So she writes it, it's like journals and like this is what happened today, this is what happened today. And it's very like research, so a lot of jargon back from like researchers and scholars and stuff. So you can just kind of tell that this girl, like, she also like loves her craft. Like she literally puts it above everything else. There is like a character progression though. I have noticed that like in the book there is a progression from her like at the start of the book and the end, and the way that she like treats people in relation to like research. Yeah, I thought this book was good. Hang on, let me just put on my mascara really quickly. Should I do eyeshadow? Okay, I'll do eyeshadow. Next we have Girl on Top. Now this book, literally 5 stars. Basically it's about Susanna, the author of this book's time and experience at a psychiatric hospital. Now the thing about this book, how it's either like a complete memoir or at least heavily based on her time and experiences there, and like all the people that she met I really love this book. I love reading it. I definitely want to reread it again, like somewhat very soon. I just connected very deeply to it. I also read The Bell Jar. Someone did say to read Girl Interrupted instead. I mean, I really loved both. Babel, because I'm almost finished it. I love this book a lot. I do. Don't worry, I'll give you like my full thoughts at next month's reading wrap, and also in the reading blog that's coming. Any of these books, if you wanted to hear like my more in-depth thoughts, my same thing. If you want to hear like my more like in-depth thoughts, like I have reading vlogs and kind of like my real-time thoughts and like reactions and stuff. It's like I totally see why it's book of the year. For the books that I really speed through, they're often like very short and stuff. And so that's why I don't really think it matters like how many books I read in a month, because the type of book, how many pages it is, like the genre, that all will affect how fast or slow you read. I've been so busy this month, but there are so many books that like I want to read, and I am feeling a bit nervous though, because I feel like there's just not enough time to read everything. Well, there isn't enough time. I love movies, I love TV shows. I think for all the TV shows, there's just no time to watch a TV show because I like to binge them, but there are so many that I want to do. So as soon as like my uni semester is over and then my summer's here, I'm literally so excited because, sorry, just putting on sparkles. I love summer and I'm just gonna have so much more time. I still have work and everything. It's definitely a lot easier to read after work than like read after uni, because like my brain isn't like fried. Anyways, you guys, let me know like what books like you read this month. Have you read any of the books that I have read? If you have, like, let me know what you think of them. See, I love putting on makeup. Okay, not really. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. Where is my dried up mascara? I have to do this before I blink. I just hate taking it off. The last time I wore makeup was that very fateful day where I found out that my One Dark Window book was missing 15,000 words, like chapters like 31, 32, 33, and 34. And I think I had 35 because there's only 35 chapters in it. But I was missing so many pages out of that book. That was also the day that I was told my makeup looks terrible. Maybe there's a correlation there as well. I don't know, did you guys like me doing my makeup while I talked about the books? Last month, I spent a long time making like a PowerPoint of like all my like recent reads. And that one video did not get like any views. It didn't get very many at all. So I was like, okay. It just took so much time to do because I had to like make all the slides and do everything. Whereas this way, like it's just so much easier because I'm just like, this was the book, this was what it's about, and like this is what I thought. So let me know what you think. Did you like when I did? I think last year, because I had like, this is not my first YouTube, and I actually did something like this where I did a get ready with me, where I also did my monthly wrap up, and I actually really liked that. But then I went into like a massive reading slump and I didn't read for months, and I never did it again. And sometimes my house is very loud, and the only times where I'd like put on makeup is like when my house, there's gonna be lots of people in my house. So okay, I'm gonna use two lip glosses. I have this one. Okay, where is my other one? Give me a second, I need to find my lip thing. These two products I absolutely love and adore. Okay, I'm gonna show you my makeup reveal in 3 whoops, 2, 1. Not bad. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you so very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.